In this exercise, we'll divide a radical expression. We'll divide two radical expressions, and then we'll simplify if we can. We have the square root of 27 divided by the square root of 32. And the quotient rule for radicals says that the quotient of two radicals can be expressed as, the quotient of two square roots can be expressed as the square root of a quotient. So I can write this as the square root of 27 over 32. Now when I look at the radicand, 27 over 32, I first need to check and see if I can simplify that. But 27 has only factors of 3 and 32 has only factors of 2, so there's no simplification I can do that way. But I can rationalize this denominator, which puts the expression in the form that we usually consider to be the most simple. Now I need to multiply this radicand by 1 in some form that makes the denominator a perfect square. And let's just think about 32 a minute. We could multiply by 32 over 32, and that would clearly make 32 a perfect square. And that might be your impulse on a test, just to multiply again by that a form of 1 using that denominator. But you're going to leave yourself a lot more simplifying to do at the end of the work if you do that. So just take a minute and think about what you're dealing with. 32 has a perfect square factor of 16. 32 is 16 times 2. So since this is a perfect square, if we just had one more factor of 2, we would have a perfect square in the denominator. And that tells us that the simplest thing that we can multiply by to rationalize the denominator is 1 in the form of 2 over 2. So let's do that. We'll have 27 over 32 times 2 over 2. And when I do those multiplications, multiplying the numerators and multiplying the denominators, I have the square root of 54 over 64. And I can write that as a quotient of square roots. Now let's look at the square root of 54. 54 is 9 times 6, and 9 is a perfect square. So I'm going to have the square root of 9 times 6 up here, and the square root of 64 is 8. 64 is a perfect square. And in the numerator now, I can write the square root of 9 times the square root of 6, and this is over 8. And the square root of 9 is 3. So my final form is 3 times the square root of 6 over 8.